want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. I'm looking for a new Bible. I have read the NIV, currently the Life Application NIV. It omits words/phrases as compared to the New King James Version. What are your thoughts and or recommendations? Well, two layers here. To begin with, you mentioned a particular study Bible. I want you to know that version of a study Bible actually is available in multiple versions. So if you enjoy the notes and the introductions and such, that's available in multiple versions. The real question here is the quote NIV versus what we know as the New King James. And we really are dealing with two completely different entities. Allow me to explain without going into all the textual variants and all that stuff. What you need to know is the New King James Version is what we call a word for word or a literal translation. The NIV is what we call a dynamic equivalent. You say, well, what does that mean? Here's my very favorite illustration. Let's just pretend, for the sake of argument, that the Greek word that's being translated into English is the Pacific Ocean. The New King James Version will say Pacific Ocean. The NIV might say the large body of water west of California. It says it a little more colloquial, a little more adaptable to culture. Here's the problem. Technically speaking, the Atlantic Ocean is west of California. Now, you may think I'm getting in the weeds, but really it's the difference between a literal and a dynamic equivalent. Missionaries oftentimes utilize the dynamic equivalent model when first introducing the gospel to those who've never heard it before, so they can put it in a language that is culturally contextual to their current environment. A literal, the New King James, will simply just put it as it is written. Now, we could get into all the textual issues with the omissions and changes and such, but really at the end of the day, let me begin in the first step of this question of, do we want a dynamic equivalent or do we want a word-for-word translation? Once we decide which one of those camps we want to be in, then we can ask ourselves a secondary question regarding which ones within the respective camp. Great question. If you have one, send it to askjeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's.
Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at askjeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.